Hi, everyone, and welcome to chair yoga and meditation today. It's good to be back. I'm feeling a little rusty, so bear with me. We are going to use this cloth that we have used over the past several months, I guess now. So it's going to be in play today. So if you have the time now to go grab that, that'd be helpful. So let's really pay attention now as we move into this transitional time. I hope that you have found this idea of setting aside and acknowledging that there is a transitional need within us, that in every way that you mosey around in your lifetime and in your interactions with people and the things that you are doing, that you recognize and honor and give yourself the time to transition. Sometimes it just takes a minute. So I'm very true to that in my teaching, because I have found it to be really necessary to to have the full experience. So with that in mind, come into your seat in a way that is more mindful, that you're bringing yourself forward on the chair, that you're using the block between your legs so you can feel the engagement of your body in a new way, feeling your feet to the floor, feeling your bottom in that chair, so you really feel a sense of grounding, a sense that you're connected to the space that you occupy. You can feel it in your body. It's not just this mental note that you made, but you actually feel the sense of the space that you occupy. So take a few breaths, cleansing breaths or bigger breaths, any way that it brings you more into the experience of your breathing, however that might be for you. If you're finding as you sit yourself up here that you already notice some areas of your body that are tight, you might start stretching, moving that around a little bit, seeing if you can loosen up. And then I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. If you haven't done it yet, let's start with that. Let's get to it, I should say, right away. And close the eyes so you can shut off the visual interference of your space for the moment and bring yourself more inside. Almost every class we close with the word and the idea of namaste, and we can use it to begin as well. So let's bring our hands to the prayer position at the heart. That's traditionally and actually in the yoga tradition known as the namaste position. So palms are together in the prayer position right there at your heart center. And let me give you the translation of namaste as we transition now. So you're just finding your awareness of your breath, the experience of your body, and now bringing yourself into the heart space. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of peace, and of truth. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. There is but one. Namaste. Let's flutter the eyes open. Get used to the light in your room. And we're going to begin with the alternate nostril breathing. There's some variations of that. The Nadi Shodhana is the one where you plug your nose and you just alternate with each breath. I'm going to use a different variation today, so we're really focused on one side at a time. So if you still want to use, a thumb or finger to plug the nostril that you're not breathing in and out of, go for it, no problem. You don't need to, so it still works. It's still considered full participation in the breath if you're just more or less intending it, using your imagination. So either way, let's start then by breathing in and out, both in and out from the left nostril. So you would plug your right nostril and just focus on breathing in and out through the left nostril. I'll bet right now it might be a good idea to close your eyes. Option, closing your eyes so you can focus on that, breathing in and out on the left side. Now, the left side of the body corresponds with the right side of the brain. Just a little background here as you focus on your breath. It's considered associated with a feminine energy, the moon. Qualities of this energy include receptivity, heart-centered, creative, calm and collected. It's non-linear. It's nurturing, gathering, communal qualities, cooperating. It's the side that we would consider being. Now take a breath in through the nose, both sides, and then just exhale that out of your mouth. Do that one more time, big breath, both nostrils in, exhale out of your mouth, and then we'll switch now. So you're breathing entirely from the right nostril, and you can really increase that awareness of the right side of your body is breathing now. So you might be plugging your left nostril or not, and you're just focusing your breath in and out through the right side. Right side of the body corresponds with the left side of the brain. It is considered the masculine energy. It's associated with the sun. Other qualities of this energy is giving. It is solving. It's the action energy, taking action. It's mind-centered, linear. There's discipline, standing out or winning. It's the competitive part of us. And it is about doing. A few more breaths on that right side. And then both nostrils breathe in, big breath in, and exhale out of your mouth with a sigh. And then let's come back now with eyes open to, we'll begin to move. So if there's any movement around that you now just need to reset your body for whatever reason you might need to, reset the body. And connect with your breath in and out. Just notice how you're breathing. Notice that you are breathing. Do a quick body scan with me. Push your feet to the floor so you can feel not only the soles of your feet, but you can feel your ankles. And move that awareness up through the legs. So maybe the shin bones become aware to you, you're aware of that, or the musculature around the lower leg, you can feel that. Up into the knees. Squeezing that block gives you some awareness of those inner thighs. And you're feeling your bottom, the whole pelvis into the chair. Balancing right to left, making sure you feel balanced in the way you're sitting. And then lift and lengthen your spine. Feel the breath move up through the spine. It makes you feel taller. And that you feel like you're in not only right alignment, which is a good little phrase, right? But also just plain old good posture. You feel like you're holding yourself in good posture. And don't do any of this trying to lift up, pull up, all that stuff without the use of that belly wall, without the use of that bandha pathway. So you're squeezing that block on purpose because it pulls in from the pelvic floor. That action engages that Mula Bandha. So just in any amount of engagement, even just the awareness, no kidding, even just the awareness is going to improve. It's going to improve that for you. Let's get busy with the arms now. Let's lift up with no bend in the elbow like you're trying to reach for the stars. You're lifting, lifting, lifting. But don't crowd around your neck. So we're going to let the shoulder blades kind of make their way back into the back so that we have some space around the neck, but we can feel a full body stretch, can't you? You're feeling your feet to the floor. My legs are totally engaged here. So it's full body. Connect with that breath, inhaling and big exhaling. Try to remember that secret sauce for yoga, at least in this practice, is exhale completely. Exhale completely. It'll always serve you well. Good. Palms will come together. Look up if that feels good. We exhale at the heart. Inhale goes up. Exhale takes those arms down and around. We're going to land with our arms right alongside the frame of the chair. Pull back with that. Put some mitten hands on. So you're doing something particular with the way you're holding your hands, and your hands should be really close to the frame of the chair. Chest, chest, chest now. Your chest bone is extending out, and you can feel the arch of your back body and the tilt of your pelvis. Let's just breathe in and out as we feel the shape of this extended spine, the cow pose. Remember, you can breathe as loud as you need to if you're feeling like, as we start warming up here, that you need to have a stronger, kind of louder breath as you warm yourself up. Give yourself all of that. Let's move into the roundness of the back body, the tuck of the pelvis. So I bring hands to my kneecaps. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Let the pelvis lead the way. You're tucking that pelvis as you just round through your shoulders gently. The rounding of the shoulders is so incidental. I can't emphasize that enough. The roundness of the low back and the center of your back is a much bigger deal. Tuck your pelvis, and I think you'll get right where we're talking about. Tuck. We're breathing both in and out. Squeeze that block. Feel your feet. Exhale completely. So now we've been reminded of both those poses. Inhale with me, extend the spine, tilt. Exhale, round and tuck. So it's done as a vinyasa. I really want you to focus, if you will, on what's going on with that pelvis. The tilt and the tuck, the feeling of that. The action that you're taking to feel that. Keep going. You know, a really good practice with this, and I think it's a big part of what yoga teaches us in terms of a mindfulness practice, is that we stay with what we're doing. We're not already anticipating what's next. You're just feeling the movement of the body and the breath, and that's good enough. That's plenty good enough. You don't need to be anywhere else. Finish it up with that tucked pelvis. Come back to a neutral spine, neutral, I guess, in your pelvis, and bring those arms up again. Palms will be together as we inhale here. Exhale, we're bowing at the heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling, taking that circle sweep all the way down like a backstroke. Now, let your focus be, meaning, what are you feeling? Like think about what's going on in your shoulder blades, the whole shoulder idea. How's it feel? Because we're just doing it. We're just going to keep feeling our way into those shoulders, trying to pull those arms back, back, back. Keeping your spine long, your head held high. Let's try that bent elbow that gives us that heart opener. That's the W shape with your arms. Okay, let's vinyasa with that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open the heart. There might be some movement in your head, so just play with that. I kind of like to lift my face up toward the ceiling and create more of a back bend. It feels good to me. Big inhale, exhale completely. Feel the connection of your feet to the floor. Last one, inhale up, palms will come together. Exhale, bow. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down and around. We're going to come back to the vinyasa of the cow and the cat. So tilt and tuck. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, tuck. Keep going. Last one now. Go through both of them. Come up neutral now and then make an L shape. So a bent elbow, both arms are shaped the very same. One's in front, one's in back. Real tall now. I found myself pulling forward, so I just want to tip you off in case you did that. Bring yourself so the shoulders are right above the hips. Don't lean forward with this. Now push the back of your hand, the arm that's behind you, push the back of your hand into your back body. So it just feels like you're shoring yourself up. Bent elbows. I like the mitten hand, you know me. Let's see if we can just make that switch on our own time, at our own pace. Those bent elbows raising out like that scarecrow position is sort of the neutral place. Find a rhythm with your breathing. This could be done very easily, kind of vinyasa style. When you've come to the position where you started, that front arm is the same one when we got started. Notice and turn your head in that direction. So the front arm is what governs the direction you turn your head for the stretch of the neck. So the deal is the hand that's behind you is pushing in, and that will pull that shoulder back for you. And you turn your head this opposite way, you get a nice stretch through the shoulder, through the neck. That's the idea. We're going to go slow with this so you can really feel and work with the stretch. Moving your head as as your body allows to try to see if there's any more range of movement that you can discover. Let's come back to center, find that scarecrow again. So you'll be switching. So of course you're going to turn your head the other way. So push that hand in the back into the back body so it pulls your shoulder and you're turning your head. Ideally, your jawline stays parallel to the floor. Remember, you want a full breath in, a full breath out. Exploring the range of movement you can create here with this technique. Now, I just want you to go for it. You're just going to create that for yourself. You can linger as long, as short as you want. You're going to be breathing in and out when you turn your head. You want to give it at least a full breath. Can you finish it up so you feel like you've done the equal number on each side, both directions, turning your head both directions? And we'll come back to a neutral position now. Reset the body and locate your cloth, your washcloth or your towel. I'm hoping that we have lubricated those shoulders well enough, the shoulder blade, the movement of the shoulder blade, and all of that, and that this will be, a lot easier to access. So you know how to hold it. You want the length of the washcloth available to you. Lift it up, bend that elbow, no ducking. So you're gonna have to move your arm rather than your head. You're gonna keep the alignment of the spine, the alignment of the head to the spine. Don't duck. We got to wrap that arm behind us so we can get a hold of the towel or the cloth here and lift up. Just find a rhythm of breath that suits you and just start moving in the way we do, where we're lifting up and changing the position now. Spend as much time as you need to create it. You don't need to keep up with me. I don't think I'm doing it in any kind of, top speed by any means, but you just give yourself the time you need so you don't duck your head, but yet you're moving your shoulder blades in a very effective way here to create lots of movement, range of movement for you. And it just, it's going to improve posture. Find your breath through this. I find myself exhaling through my mouth, just saying. Keep going. I'm going to pick up the pace, just my own personal challenge. Let's finish it up now. We're winding down. Feels like you did the same number of movements on each side with each arm. Any reset your body needs. I'm going to put the cloth under my chair here, don't need it. Move around however you need to reset. Let's lose the block now. Take a wider stance. Open up your feet so heels are in, toes are out. You're still at the front part of your chair. You still feel like your pelvis is balanced right to left. Let's circle around now. Hands are on the fleshy part of your thighs. No, what's driving this? Where's the motor here? It's not your head. Quick answer, it's not your head. What part of the body is moving this? So just try to find that circular movement, and your head and spine are in alignment. They're moving together. And it's felt all the way down into the pelvic bowl. It's kind of the idea. We'll try to move around, scoot around in the muscles that are inside of the pelvis. Take a stop in the middle here, and we'll change the direction of that circle. We're going to meet in the middle. We're going to work the perineum now. That's that pathway of the bandhas. So squeezing your elbows into your waist. Take an inhale. The inhale is your neutral position. Exhale is where you do the work. As you exhale, you're trying to lift yourself off that chair. You're squeezing in and up through that pelvic floor, holding it. And a diagonal line with the spine just makes it a little more work. There's more intensity in that effort. And that's what we want. We want to get a lot of bang for the buck here so that the toning of that pelvic floor really pays off for us. So it's done on the exhale. I know this is different. I changed it because I learned better. So I want you to lift and hold while you're exhalation, in that exhalation process. Relax your face. So you're really focusing on that particular part of your body, inner thighs, lifting up in the pelvic floor while your exhalation is going on. A couple more, stay with it. Good work. Let's bring ourselves up now. Any movement your body needs, any adjustments you need to do, let's get that now, reset. Let's bring our legs into the hips distance apart. So we're back into the frame of the chair. Hands are at the shoulders, just touching. If you're kind of really into it today, you could be interlacing your hands behind your head. So that's another way to proceed with this, because we're going to do old-fashioned crunches where you're going to bring opposite knees up right in front of you. So both you're bending, you're folding down. I'll give you a little side view. So you're both kind of folding into that and also raising your knee to meet it. So there's both of those going on. Interlaced hands behind the head, or just touching your shoulder, or you could just be doing it some other way that is more accessible to you. Let's go though. Let's just keep working that. Notice your breath. I want you to measure this now. Set a goal. You're going to do 10 more of these. You're going to do 20 more of these. You're going to do 2 more of these. You set your goal. Notice your breath. Strengthening the core, strengthening that belly wall. Next time you got a leg up in the air, let's hold it there. You're going to bring your elbow toward that knee. You're going to lift up and hold while you breathe, breathe, breathe. Push that foot that's on the floor, push it down. How about spreading the toes of that foot that's lifted up? How about that? Keep breathing. Whew, let's come back to center. We're going to do the other side. Big high lift, spread the toes. Push the foot to the floor. Keep breathing. You can do it. Good, let's spring it loose and raise those arms up and all the way down. Raise those arms up and all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale down. How about this? Inhale up, just the fingertips touch. Float them on down to the side. So our fingers are spread apart. Inhale, let those fingertips touch. And exhale all the way down. One more of those, just lovely. Good. Let's get a hold of the underside of the leg. Lift up. Switch. Lift up. And if you don't need to hold the underside of your leg for this, you could hold the chair. You could hold nothing. You could do it any old way you want. We're lifting up. This action is all about the hips. It's stretching your buttocks. It continues to afford you some range of movement in your hip. We don't move like this in kind of big ways, broader ways. We're going to just harden those muscles that are supporting your pelvis, just harden. It gets worse when we don't keep active. I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Left leg up and drop it down. Now we're going to scoot ourselves over to the side of the chair. So you're definitely not equal. You got one side way kind. The side of my body is almost off the chair, so way over there. And this alignment is still true to the front, but we've taken a leg off to the side, so an external rotation here. Try to look at your legs and see if they feel like they both have the right angle, the 90-degree angle with both legs as best you can. And orient yourself forward, not toward that outside leg. Let's just hold that. Press both feet to the floor, really push. If your knee that's been extended wants to collapse to the center, you might have to hold it there, so it'll stay open just like we want it to be. Breathe in, breathe out. Elbow and forearm can come into that. That also serves as a way to keep that leg in place. You can kind of push it in. See how I'm turning my head so the ears are facing my elbow or my thigh there. Let's wrap that arm around behind us. We've learned that pulls that shoulder back for us. You can stay right here. Just thought of this. Your block could serve you if you have, some more ideas about how you could deepen this for yourself. You don't have to keep your elbow on your thigh. You could bring your hand to the floor or the block. So that kind of thing. Keep opening up the chest by pulling that back shoulder back, by wrapping your arm behind you. Now see if you can make your way into the awareness of your pelvis. You're trying to stretch and pull so that you haven't lifted off of that side. You can still feel the connection of that part of the buttocks. Nice job. Let's make our way up, piecemeal it, little by little, come back up. Any movement your body needs. And then we're going to resituate that to the other side. We lift it up. Remember, on the other side, we kind of started with this big old hike it up, lift it up, hold it, lift it up. And then we'll come down and bring yourself all the way over. If you used your block, be sure you move it with you. Right angles, orient yourself to the front leg. So your shoulders, your trunk of your body is oriented forward. We're going to wrap that arm behind. We're going to get our elbow and forearm into that extended leg, that rotated leg, I should say. Turning your head a certain way so your ear is facing. So just nice alignment. It's mindful alignment of the way you're holding your head and neck. So you can hold it here and just keep working it. Maybe you get deeper. I'm pushing my hand into the back body. It's not just resting back there, it's active back there. I find that useful, pushing my hand into the back body. Now remember, this side wants to lift up, so give yourself a little effort. So you're bringing your pelvis into a little more balanced state. And then keep breathing those deep breaths, the long exhalation. Make your way up, piecemeal it up. And we're going to get both legs back to center. Our pelvis is back to center. Let's move into the joints now. As you lift up one leg, you're going to start spinning your foot around. Try not to lean back. Very tempting to let your back just come right on back into the backrest. See if you can keep yourself upright instead. Really move the foot around. Change the direction often. Get all the snap, crackle, and pop out of there. Find your breath now. Start to notice again. And we're going to start letting the lower leg circle around so you're lubricating your knee joint. I'm just going to tell you right there on my whiteboard, it says lube the knees. So that's what I call it. Let's go back into the hip now. As we lift that leg right up, you're going to get your thigh drawn in towards your chest and belly, lifting it up. And see if you can get a hold of your foot now. And now there's an angle. The knee's going to really appreciate the lube because we're now moving it into a little different lateral movement than it's used to. And once you feel like you're there and you're happy with that, then we can start moving, finding a big circle with the whole thigh, the whole leg is just kind of exploring range of movement. Notice your breath. Your breath starts getting difficult. That's a signal. That's your body telling you, wait, wait, wait. Let's try a straight leg out front. Straight legs, spread the toes, lift it up as much as you can. Hold it any way you can. Don't lean back into the chair if you can. Keep your spine long and upright. Big breath in and out, right out in front. Straight leg. Hug the knee into the chest, back to the floor. We're getting ready for side two. So any movement your body needs, let's do it. We're going to start with the ankle. Hope you're using the strength of your arms to hold up that heavy leg, because that just gives you more strength in your upper body. Might as well. Complete that breath. Don't let it go shallow. You want a deep breath. Deep into the belly. Lots of movement. Include your toes. Let's get into the knee now. So just let the foot relax and you just let that knee now circle around in lateral movements. Change the direction. Good, let's hug that knee into the chest. Bring it up, bring it up. You're gonna get a hold of your foot. Easy does it now. Easy does it. And when you feel like your body is cooperating, your knee's okay, your ankle's okay, then we can start bigger movements. Any creative way. You might have a lot better ideas than what you're seeing on the screen, so you pay attention to what your body just naturally sort of wants to do. Notice the breath. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Hug that knee into the chest, then straighten it up. Straighten it out. Spread the toes. Do you notice what a difference that makes? When you add that, spread the toes, it's a game changer, really, because it just fires up so many more muscles. It feels stronger, much more intentional. Straight leg out. Nice long spine in a vertical position. Good. This time now, when you lower the leg down, the heel stays as down and the toes are up, so you got a straight leg out. I wish I'd thought it on the first side, but we'll get to it. Inhale with me. Exhale, fold. Bringing your face down towards your leg. You're going to find this for yourself. You're going to do a few of those, making your way back up, finding some rhythm of movement and breath. Straight leg forward, and you just fold into that. Your timing, your breath. No strain in the neck. Let's finish it up with a fold. Everybody fold. Get your hands on your thighs. We'll bring ourselves up. Both feet to the floor. Take a little pause. Any movement your body needs. We're going to hug that other leg up and straighten it out. Got to get to this side. Drop it down. Straight leg down. Heel down. Toes up. Right out in front. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Find your movement. Spread those toes. Last time. Fold and hold. Just give it one breath. Get your hands to your thighs. Squeeze your elbows in. Get your body up. Get your feet back to the floor. Any movement your body needs. Let's get ourselves up and out of the chair. Take some practice rounds, I guess. We're going to do it more than once. So we're going to get ourselves out of that chair. Get a hold of your block, and we'll meet standing up with the block between the lower legs. Check your feet, though. You want them straight. You want them parallel to each other. Get a real strong belly wall. Get your shoulders back and down. Hey, I got an idea. You know those, let's bring them both behind us. Holding on to the opposite. So I'm going like this behind me. I got a hand on elbows, but it's behind me now. Pull that belly in. Now that's great alignment. Can you feel how your shoulder blades just pulled weight back? Now relax them down. So keep the shoulders where they are, but take your hands off of the elbows and bring your hands back more to the mountain pose you're used to. There. Let's close the eyes. Full breath comes in, full breath goes out. You want a full body breath. We got to use our imagination and our intention, but it's worth it to feel this exploration of prana moving through the body right alongside the breath. Really aware of the space that you occupy. Full breath, both in and out. So it's a long breath. All right, let's flutter the eyes open. Inhale with me, palms will be together overhead. Exhale, bow at your heart. It's that namaste position. Up and all the way down and around. Let's keep our legs really engaged with the use of the block. Arm reaches up. I've got a mitten hand on, sliding down my pant leg. I'm going to try to keep that top arm as straight as I can. Turning my head to accommodate this so my head feels well, aligned, and neck is well aligned. And you start to feel gravity deepen this bend, this side bend. Exhale completely. There's a real surrender, isn't there? It's a pose that really lends itself to feeling surrender in the body. Let's come back up and we'll switch to the other side. Take your time. Make sure your shoulder blades, feel good and you're pulling yourself back. The strong arm, mitten hand. Glide yourself down your pant leg. Hold your head in a way that's just so. Feel your feet to the floor. Maybe you give the block a little squeeze. Back to noticing the fullness of your breath and the surrender that this invites. Come up when you're ready. All the way up and around. Shoulder rolls. Let's change the direction of that. And come back to our neutral position. I'm going to lose the block. Take a little bent knee on, bring your legs all the way together like a mermaid leg. Take a little squat. See how you can feel the arch of your back, your pelvis is tilting. And we're going to circle those knees. So your gaze is wherever it makes you feel safe. I'm going to suggest the floor. Stay with the same circular direction for a few more, and then change the direction when you're ready. Can you feel how this moves through your ankles and feet? It's just good for the joints. And it's a balance challenge. Good, let's come all the way up. I'm going to use the chair now to support downward facing dog. So that means you want to have the chair positioned in a way that your hands can be on the seat of the chair. You start walking backwards. Let's get our arms extended fully so that our head can tuck right in between our arms, as close to your head. You're going to get those arms as close to your head as feels comfortable to you. My recommendation is that the distance you created between your feet should match the distance you create between your hands on the chair. Try to straighten your legs, push your heels down. You know, you're well practiced in this. So you start to feel the stretch, you breathe and you stretch, and then you start to work on it. You try to straighten those legs a little bit, get some work, you know, like you're really efforting here to feel a nice stretch. You feel strong. Hold your head in a way that's purposeful, so your neck is perfectly supported. Deepen that breath. You want the breath to make its way down to your toes. Let's start walking toward the chair. Nice and easy. Don't look at the screen. You can do this. Right foot will step forward. We bend into the right knee. I'm getting a wider stance. I'm making sure I have my back foot is back there a little bit. So I kind of wanted a big space between my feet, and make your way up. Now, you could be doing this on the other side of your chair. It wouldn't take you in much to get over there. So then you'd have the chair, the backrest right there for you to use. Absolutely do that if that's a better choice for you. Hips are squared to the chair. You feel like you're really well aligned, both shoulders and hips. And let's put those mitten hands on and lift those arms up. Palms facing each other. Lift your head up, lift your chest. Both feet to the floor. Pulsing might be a nice thing your body wants to do right now, where you feel your pelvis moving forward and then it pulls back. You might create quite a back bend with those strong arms lifting, and you can feel your chest lifting. Find your breath, and your breath will just inform you of all that's available to you. You've done this pose many times, so you can create. Use your creativity. Great. Let's get our arms slowly, slowly down. Both hands are back to the chair. We need another downward dog. Work it, stretch. You know, we've explored the ways we push into our feet, we spread the toes, all those things matter, changes things for us. Exhale completely. Let's start walking up, because we now want the left foot forward, right foot stays back. You create the space, the distance between those feet, lengthwise, not widthwise, because you want them hips distance apart. So don't get on a balance beam. Make your way up, or get yourself back to the chair, the back of the chair. Hips are square, shoulders are square. Lift those mitten hands up. Thumbs point back, shoulder blades slide down the back body. Smooth out your breath. It's not unusual that one side is steadier, is that the word? The more steady than the other side, and one side feels like, whoa, you know, I'm not very balanced over here. That can happen. You just, make your accommodation, just try to make the adjustment steady. Maybe it just has to be a little different, one side to the other, the way you express yourself. Finish that full breath. We're gonna bring hands to the chair. Just walk toward it now so you're in a tabletop position. Your back body is just like a table's top and your arms are chair legs, are the legs of the table. Let's get that one of our legs up and make some circles with it. I want you to turn your body so you're looking at the movement. Big circles with a bent knee. Change the direction. Big circles, new direction. Both feet to the floor. Take a little pause. I got to do side two now. Bend that knee. Turn yourself to look at what you're doing. You're drawing circles with a bent knee, big circles. You change it when you're ready to. And maybe you decided to measure it. You're going to do 5 circles, maybe, your choice. Good. Let's bring both feet to the floor. Now start to squat. Arching your back body, tilting your pelvis. Hands are going to come to the thighs. Knees are bent. Bring your hands to the prayer position, the chair pose. Then we can do some things here. Holding it is one. Arms raised is another. Palms together up there is a third, and that's really challenging. Deepen the breath. Can you keep your hands together as you lift yourself into standing? You straightened your legs. Wait, breathe. Inhale with me. Exhale, open your heart. Bend those elbows. Inhale, palms together. Exhale, open the heart. Bent elbows like the scarecrow. See if you can wrap around now. You got that arm behind, you got the bent elbow in the front. You've done this many times. We find the scarecrow. We move to the other one. Turn your head if that invitation suits you, that you turn your head in the direction of the front arm as you smooth out your breath. So this could be much slower than what you're watching me do. You just take your time. Even it out. Feels like you did the same number of turns on each side. And now let's just shake it out. Lots of shaking. Kick and shake and moving. Excellent. All right, let's find our Shavasana now. So some of you are going to find a second chair. I am just going to scoot myself up closer. So use this time now. It's kind of another transition, isn't it? It is, of course, another transition as we move now into our final time of relaxation and meditation. Every bit as important as the movement that we've been doing so far. My practice lately has been to take my self off the screen for our meditation time. So I'm still here, but I'm going to take the visual out. Do you remember the box breath? The use of the box breathing? That's where you inhale for a count of 4, you pause for a count of 4, you exhale a count of 4, and you pause again. I'm going to invite you to use that style of breathing, that technique of pranayama. And if it doesn't appeal to you for whatever reason, that's always your choice. It's a nice transition because it's very mindful that you can't do it without really paying attention to your breath. And it has the effect, the almost immediate effect of calming and regulating your nervous system. And that is what we're all about right now. So you don't need to jump into that box breath if you're not situated. You're still catching up with your breath, for example. But when you feel restful, then maybe you start to use that box breath to really, as a technique, to keep your mind and your body together. If at any time that breath is not comfortable, it is creating more anxiety than it is relaxation, then just abandon that breath immediately and find your way into a breath that feels natural to you. Feel the support of the surface below, beneath you, feeling that. You're noticing the chair, or some of you might have laid down on the floor or on a sofa. So whatever surface is holding you, as you transition now, just make that invitation. You can let go of the box breath and just let yourself move into a natural rhythm of your own breath, feeling the support of the surface beneath you in a way that feels like you're being held. So turn the dial, change the focus on what this chair or this surface is to you, and see if you can invite in the notion that, in fact, you are being held. Soften, the edges around that. If there's some resistance about it, see if you can just soften into the possibility that you are being held as you relax into this final part of our yoga class together. Relaxing your mouth, your tongue, your jaw, letting the facial muscles, especially those around your eyes, relax, soften. In certain areas of the body that hold tension for you, be very kind and generous with your breath there so you can relax and release some of that. Maybe you can coach yourself that you're allowing whatever needs to be released is released, and whatever might need to be embraced is embraced for you. That you can welcome maybe a new experience, a new idea, or you can release tension or a negative self-talk that's become a habit. Release what can be released and embrace what could be embraced. This thought for today comes from my book, The Promise of a New Day. It begins with a quote from Lydia M. Child. She says, "Every human being has, like Socrates, an attendant spirit, and wise are they who obey its signals." At no instant are we honestly at a loss about what steps to take, what decision to make. Each of us is both guarded and guided by an inner voice that we occasionally tune in on, but more frequently tune out. We may have defined the inner voice as conscience. However, it's not important what we think it is. It's only important that we acknowledge it. The inner voice is our special connection to the spiritual realm, a network that links us all, whether we acknowledge it or not. The choice to listen to the inner message is a ready option, and it will never fail to benefit us. As we familiarize ourselves with it and trust it enough to act as directed, we'll glory in both the comfort and the sureness of the action we take. We sense that we're not alone. Even when no other human is present, we're not alone. Always, we are connected to the spirit energy that inspires us all to right action. Every dreaded circumstance is made easier if I'm accustomed to going within for guidance. Today can run as smoothly as I want. I'll seek my inner voice. Let's take a big, deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out with a sigh. Do at least two more of those. Big breath in, sigh it out. Gradually, you'll start introducing movement back into the body. Maybe getting back into your chair or just sitting up. Feet to the floor, though. Let's agree, feet to the floor. Moving your head around, perhaps, as you just make some adjustments, as you listen to your body. Any movement that seems, really useful and would feel loving, that'd be a good thing to do. Good. And namaste will close this out as it opened it to begin with. So let's inhale, both palms will come together overhead. Exhale as we bow to our heart. Inhale up. I like this part. Now, as you exhale, let's share this beautiful, loving energy with our communities. And bringing your hands to that namaste position. We bow to ourselves. We bow to one another. Namaste, my friends. And thank you for joining me.